If your ex is toxic and you still want them back, and you know they're not a good choice for you, and you know they don't want to put any work in to becoming a better person for you, but you still want them back, watch this video. The reason why you go back in your heart and your mind to your ex is because they're the most recent emotional connection and most recent physical connection that you have that had an impact on you. And so if you're in scarcity because you're not dating other people, or if you are dating other people, you're not really dating that kind of person that's compelling to you, when you start thinking about the opposite sex, or if you're gay, or or whatever, if you're gay, then the same sex or whatever. But when you start thinking about other people, you're going to go back to your ex in your mind, because that's the low-hanging fruit. That's easy to get, or easier to get, right? The dating world is hard. And if you think about being in the dating world, I kind of liken it to walking around at fighting weight, right? If two people prepare for a fight, they've got to lose a bunch of weight, they got to eat right, they got to be working out, going crazy in the fight camp, getting ready for that fight. And nobody really exists, from day to day in that state of, readiness, because it's just too much, right? Like, it's not comfortable. And when you think about being in the dating world, everybody's in competition for the most attractive people. And so what it takes to be that person that can win over the most attractive people in society, like, it takes a lot of work, right? You also have to be in shape. You got to be eating right. You got to be socially lubricated. You have to be willing to face rejection, to get stood up, to get ghosted, and all these things that are very unpleasant. And because it's such a grind, because it's such hard work to put yourself in that space where you can attract, consistently the best people in society, it's just way easier to go back to your ex. Okay, so you may not realize it, but you're being lazy. You're being emotionally lazy because you don't want to get stood up. You don't want to get rejected. That's pretty much the main thing. You don't want to get rejected, And then what it takes to get yourself in this place where you're going to get rejected less, you have to get rejected a bunch to go out there and get rejected less. So the subconscious mind just starts to add all this up, and it's just like, oh, clear answer, go back to the ex, right? And in a case where your ex is toxic and it's not a good choice, you have to see what your mind is doing for what it is. It's choosing the easy option. Now, if you watch this far and your ex isn't toxic, okay, well, why'd you watch this video? If they're a good option for you, fine, go back to your ex. But if not, I really caution you to put yourself through that grind, right? Start walking around at fighting weight. Put yourself through that grind and find that amazing person, so that way you can, intentionally choose a good fit for you for the rest of your life, and you won't have another ex. Now, if you want to talk this out and talk about how to move on from your ex, click into my profile, click this link down here, and get in touch with me.